Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Strange Origins. This is
Hey.
the magic number one.
I was gonna say magic number as well.
How are you?
The great 69.
69. There we go.
Great.
Finally reached it. You know,
It's
you don't
fucking
actually think how long
milestone.
69 episodes are. Like, I didn't think it would take me this long to reach episode 69.
Well, I think the reason why is because we were like hiatus for like at least a couple of fucking days.
True.
I think we would have been like past 69. I think we probably would have been like 75 by now, to be honest. If we actually like stuck around, but again,
Life. So, again, as the same as last week, we've been talking for about half an hour. Nearly an hour, actually.
yeah.
Just talking before the podcast, which should be in the podcast, but whatever. And then Roz just dropped a bombshell on me. That
For fuck's sake,
I'm
that's
honestly so confused now.
That's a bombshell.
It's a bombshell. Like most people, I've never heard this before.
Okay.
That's why it's a bombshell for me. Anyway, so when we were talking about showering. Don't ask, but we were talking about showering, and I was just saying like, keep the water running, and we shower. And then Rod said quite nobly, actually, like that he doesn't like keeping the water running while he's showering.
Yeah.
If you want to explain that part, we're gone.
Okay, so basically, when Jack was telling me that he just leaves the water on running until we finish showering, basically, I'm kind of like, I was like, what the fuck? Because for me, growing up, I don't know if this is just like because my family and my mother was just very strict on fucking water bills,
Yeah.
but it's just like, so the way I would do it is I would get myself like wet, right? like all like lathered up and stuff,
Moist.
and then I would moist, and I would do I would do shampooing for like a minute or two, and I would basically turn it off and turn it back on the shower
Yeah.
again.
See where
And
where the confusion came is
Yeah.
you turn it off and then on, whereas in my head, when I
Yeah.
soak myself up, I go back into the water like 5 seconds later.
Oh no, so I let
See,
my
Rod doesn't
marinate.
do that. See, there's
I
that
let
word
my
again,
marinate.
like your juicy steak or something. Like
Yeah, hell yeah.
he. So what Rod does is he gets in the shower, gets all raring to go, and then goes out of the water, turns off the water, soaks himself up, and then just sits there and waits.
No, I don't sit there. I keep scrubbing.
Well,
I
whatever.
keep
You're
scrubbing.
waiting. You're still waiting.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, which is like I'm just confused by it because most of the time I haven't heard of. I'm gonna ask people now. I'm gonna be asking people how do you shower? Like
because this is gonna determine our friendship right now. How do you shower?
like legit like you do this and just sort of like like waiting.
I don't wait. I don't just sit there and be like, yeah, I'm just waiting. I actually proper scrub myself. Like when I'm thinking like you said that when you do shampoo, you're shampooing your hair.
Yeah.
It takes you like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Me,
Well, like 5 to 20 seconds. Yeah.
I literally scrub it in.
Yeah, but you can do that while still washing your body though.
I don't know, it's just a habit. It's just
So
something that
like
I've,
here's what I do, right? I'll soak myself up,
Yeah.
then I'll start doing the shampoo, and while I'm doing the shampoo, I'm rinsing my body. So I'm not wasting any time.
So what about if you're conditioning your hair?
Conditioning. So if I'm
Because you have to let it sit there for like at least.
yeah, that's the only time I let things marinate. Like I'll condition my hair and then I'll tie it up, and then I'll carry on washing my body.
Again, this is just me, alright. So the way I would do it, this is my process of showering. This is me, my personality. So
Alright.
I would do it, right. So turn the water on, lather myself up, turn it off, and shampoo myself. And then I would turn on the water again, rinse off the whole shampoo off, put conditioner in. While the conditioner is happening, right, I fully scrub myself.
Yeah.
And by the time I finished scrubbing myself, the conditioner would have been like done marinating, and then that's it.
Is the water on or off at this point?
Off.
Like,
and then I turn it back on again to rinse everything off in one go.
what I don't understand is why don't you just scrub yourself while the water's running on you? Because then it's
Because I
washing
don't
away the
like
dead
that.
skin.
But no, I don't know. It's just, I've always like done it that way. I've always like scrubbed like without any, because I feel like if water was hitting that area, right,
Yeah.
I would have to re-lather it again.
No,
Like, re-scrub it again.
you don't need to do that.
Because it's not marinating that specific.
Look, when you shower, right? Like, when you're showering, the point of showering is to rub off any sweat and dead skin.
Yeah.
There is no more dead skin if you keep rubbing. It doesn't matter how much you rub. You've already taken the dead skin off. Now you're taking off good skin.
I mean, I don't know, man. I look pretty good. Like,
So do I. That's what I'm saying. I just feel like you're unnecessarily scrubbing your skin. And when you get to like 50, you're gonna be like a sandbag.
maybe that's why the stereotypical Asian thing is just
Maybe.
like, you know, like all our youth been stricken up by like.
No, I need to ask Mark now if he showers like that.
Wait, hold on.
I need to ask him because like.
No, because you told me, right, like bucket.
Yeah, bucket.
Because we used to have a bucket.
Yeah.
Like in Philippines and here as well, we have like a big bucket.
Yeah.
But now everything's refurbished. We just have shower.
Yeah.
And my mom doesn't like that. She actually knocks on the door and just be like, "You're running the water too long. Turn it off."
See, this is what I was trying to say to like Rob. I don't know how. Like, look, someone can fact check me if they want, but I'm pretty sure our water gets recycled when we're using it. A certain percentage of it, anyway. So when you're washing yourself in the shower, that water doesn't just go into the drain and then go into the bin. Like it actually gets reused. Like, so I don't think it's wasting as much as we think it is. But I'm unsure.
Again, this just because of like the years of just my mother just going.
And this is the other thing. Like,
Fucking that.
this is the other thing. The water is already at the house. That's how we have water on demand. So it doesn't matter if you keep turning the tap on and off. You're still going to use this, in my opinion, the same amount of water. Until I realized that you're marinating yourself. then I was like, right, that doesn't really. I can understand why, because you said you would do it for about a minute.
Yeah.
Or two, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So that now I can understand why you would turn the water off, because you're not like next to the water.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make sense. You're just washing your feet at that point. Like.
Exactly. Yeah, that's it. Like, and then so.
But now my argument is you don't need to be marinating yourself for a minute. The soap is already gone and permeated as much as far as it's going to go. It's not going to go any further. It's not going to penetrate any further.
It's like, but for me, the way I say it, it's like washing, like plates, right? Like you don't just like fucking scrub it with soap and stuff, and you just like immediately wash it.
That's exactly what I do.
For me, I let it sit there, not for like a long fucking minute, but like, you know what, 10 seconds. I let it sit there for 10 seconds.
It's not going to do anything. And for hard stuck grease, I 100% agree with you. If for a plate you've just eaten off, you put soap, you scrub it, you're done. That's it. It's
okay. So
Okay.
go into the fucking dishes now, right?
okay.
So how do you do it? Do you? Because I've seen people do this. And
What dish is it?
Boggles my mind. So like just plates.
A plate.
Right?
Okay, yeah.
Plate. Do you fucking lather it with water and then put soap in it, like scrub it with soap, and then you just wipe it, or you just leave it there, or do you actually rinse it with water?
Okay. Well, I would rinse it, but here's the difference. Here's the difference that we have in our house. We have a little stick. Okay, it sounds weird. It's a little hollow stick with a sponge attached to the end.
Yeah.
And the soap goes in the hollow stick and goes onto the sponge. So when you brush something, it's constantly putting soap on the dish anyway.
Okay.
So that's what we have. So.
But do you rinse it after?
Who the fuck doesn't rinse it?
Because I have seen this in so many people's houses.
Why?
No joke, right?
You just get soapy food.
They would legit wash it with the soap and everything, put it in a rack, and then the other person next to the rack is wiping it with just a dry towel.
I would wipe it with a dry towel after I've rinsed it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? But
Yeah.
I've seen the people do that, and I'm like, what the fuck are you guys doing?
That's weird.
Like, or just like let the soap drip down. Just leave it there. Let the
maybe I'm trying to think what I'd even do that for. Maybe like a pan-ish. Maybe.
But
But even then, no. I'd always rinse it. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's weird.
But that's again, I've seen them in like a few people's houses. And I'm like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Right? But going back to the shower, right?
Okay.
That's just my opinion. The way I do it, because you said like you're saying that it doesn't matter because you already.
I think for me, I hate wasting time, and I feel like that's just wasting time.
Oh no! See, for me, I love shower.
Yeah, but
So
like
I take my sweet ass time in there.
that's fair enough if you want like I guess relaxing time.
Cause every time I shower, no joke, every time I shower, right, I'm
Mm.
having like the Usher vibe. When it was like the heartbroken song, and it's just in
Yeah.
the shower, the fucking water, the warm water just running down you.
Yeah. No, that's great, but you don't have warm water running down. You sit there in the cold.
I don't fucking sit there. And go.
Yeah, that you
I,
do.
I,
If it's
I let
winter,
everything up
if it's
in the
winter and it's
washer.
fucking -3 degrees outside, you turn that shower off and you're just there.
That's what I do. No, no joke. That's what I do.
That's what I'm saying. So you ain't having this hot Usher vibe. You're having this fucking Eskimo vibe.
I'm having it after fucking rinsing everything off. Like
You're cold, man. It's cold.
listen, cold shower's good.
I
for
don't
you,
like
right?
being cold. Like when I'm really cold, like nah, I'm right.
I love being cold. I can be warm.
Fucking hell.
It's so great.
Why don't
I
you go
hate
live in the
summer.
North Pole? Like, what's wrong with you?
I'm actually contemplating being like more living up north.
What, Scotland?
Not Scotland. No, hell no.
What's wrong with
Like,
Scotland?
I mean, Scotland's great, but it's just the weather's like actually no. The weather's great because it rains and it's cold,
Exactly.
but it's dampy,
Dampy.
very dampy. So maybe like I don't know, like Finland or Sweden or
Yeah,
Norway.
if,
Things
you,
like
if you can fucking afford it.
Yeah,
Jesus
I know.
Christ. Anyway, getting back to sex.
that. Episode 69 is supposed to be a little sex topic.
Dude, the first time I ever found out about what 69 meant, I was in secondary school. And like a friend, well, I wouldn't even call him a friend. He was kind of a cunt actually. But like he had to show me what 69 meant. Okay, that sounds weird. That sounds mad. What I meant was he had to show me on a piece of paper what it meant. He literally drew the number 69 and he was like, imagine these two bits that I had. And I was like, that makes a lot more sense.
uh,
That's the way I learned about it.
for me, it was kind of like me. It was a weird one because when I was in Philippines, I was staying with my uncle.
Oh god, that's not a good story at the start.
And then my cousins, they would wake me up in the middle of the night
Yeah.
and be like, "Yo, let's watch some stuff."
Oh shit.
And they were like, they were doing it. My cousin, I remember specifically him saying, he was like, "You know what the position is?" And I was like, "What?" He's like, "That's 69." And remember that, and I'm like, "Why?" Because it's like it's a good number apparently. Okay? It's only when I came to this country
Yeah.
and I kept hearing about it, and I was like, "Okay, I get it." It's such a weird way to be like, remember that number.
Yeah, you got it. I mean, you did.
It is, but it's like to be like woken up in the middle of the night, just be like, yeah. Like, it's just that,
Wait, how old were you?
Holy fuck! I was like, I came here when I was 10 or 9 years old. I was fucking 8 years old.
Oh
8 or 7 years old.
Jesus.
Yeah, little fuckers, aren't they?
Yeah. I mean, I guess I would have been. I was in year 7 or 8, so
Jesus,
13.
yeah, not. I was like exposed because of my cousins. They were just fucking.
Damn.
They were like assholes.
That's early, man. Shit.
So yeah, that's how I learned about that number.
Yeah, for me, like that was just literally me. I literally had to have a diagram drawn for me because I was like, I don't get it.
Yeah, I got a joke for you.
Okay. No.
Why is 88 better than 69?
I don't know.
Could you get 8 twice?
Oh my god. Fuck's sake. You've been waiting for that for the whole week.
A couple of months ago, and I've been wanting to say it, but I just didn't know how to say it properly.
You have to wait for the episode.
Yeah. But yeah, no, like
because we were gonna talk about like why, like, should like sex be like really like taboo to talk about? Like, it shouldn't really be bad to talk about because a lot of people don't. There's a lot of families as well that don't talk about it. Like you would never talk about it with your mum or whatever.
No, I was. My parents never introduced me though. Like they never like sat us down and be like, yeah, like like the bees and the birds or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Like we were never.
I don't think I ever had that conversation really either. Like I learned about it in school, honestly.
Yeah, I mostly learned about majority of that stuff in school, but it's just like in like films and movies, like like every like that odd friend of like they're supposed to sit you down and tell you about this type of stuff.
Yeah.
Before you actually start doing it yourself.
Yeah.
But no, I actually learned everything from YouTube or just dark webs or just school.
Yeah. Nah,
So
I like legit like. I mean, I can talk to my mum like about it
mm,
like now, I guess.
mm,
Like, and even like probably when I was a kid, I would talk more relationshipy side. Like
yeah,
oh, mum, I'm having this problem with a relationship or whatever. But like,
yeah.
or this girl I like. But I would never like be like, I don't know.
It's
Have
about
you
like
got any?
sexual
Yeah,
stuff.
have you got any advice
No,
on
yeah,
sex? Like, nah, never.
yeah. No, no. Like even like to me, it was kind of like the same thing. Like it was never like I never. It was actually worse because I never actually managed to talk about like any like feelings about anyone
Yeah,
because we were just never that family.
right.
We were like it's weird because we're part of family, but then we're like individually just our own,
Yeah, yeah,
and it's just like I really wish it was different,
yeah.
But
Well, then
like
that's kind of a question that I would ask. Then is like, if you was to have your own kid, like
mm,
be that adopting or actually having your
mm,
own kid or whatever,
yeah,
would you want to be open about that sort of stuff?
yeah,
Yeah, or you would
yeah,
try to,
because
because it would be awkward as
yeah,
fuck. But
it would be, but I think it's like it's I would rather teach to them than for them to like learn it
elsewhere,
someone
especially nowadays in the information era, like you could just search
exactly.
everything on your phone.
Exactly, yeah. So
Yeah,
I'd rather just teach them like sort of like you can do this, but like be just be aware of the consequences, or like if you're ready to take this step,
yeah,
just prepare to be like be in that world and just explore, I guess, but
yeah.
also be cautious about it.
I would love to
I
get
think
like
that
a
would help
parent
as well.
on the podcast to talk about that. Like, how do you broach that sort of subject with your kid? Because I don't know how you would even try like or attempt it. Like, I mean, with my kid, like if I was ever gonna have one, I would talk to them like a human being. Like I would talk to them like an adult.
Mm,
Like that's how I would treat them. But then
yeah,
you even if you do that, you've got to realize that they're not adults, right?
yeah.
So it might be hard for them to grasp.
But then like, what age are you thinking of though? Because in my
Like,
because me
yeah,
personally, I kind of like got it from an early age. But then some people like you might be like year 7, you're year 8,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So it's like, how would you approach it? Like, what age
I
as well?
reckon for me, I would do it around the time that you start learning about it in school.
So like year 8, year 9.
Yeah, like year
Yeah.
7, year 8. I think is year 7 is where you learn. For me anyway. Um,
Right.
like I think I don't know because I know there's proposals to like teach kids about it in primary schools and
Yeah.
stuff. I'm not sure about that. I kind
No,
of feel like they're a bit too young
that's way too young,
at that
in
point.
my opinion. Yeah.
But I think the reason they're doing that or they wanted to do that is because people or kids are being exposed to it at a young age because of phones and internet and stuff like that. Because when we grew up, we didn't really have that.
Yeah.
Like there
We
would
got
be like
magazines or.
yeah, there would be like
or
old Jimmy like would just take you to like your friend's house and then you all put in the DVD and you're like oh shit
yeah,
like
or like a late night fucking station or something.
yeah like I swear I don't know why I feel like I don't know if I'm wrong but I feel like I have in my memory like this I used to watch like Cartoon Network and then like if I was asleep for too long and I'd wake up in the middle of the night there would be madness on the TV like sometimes and I don't know if it was a Cartoon Network or a different channel or something like that but there was maybe we got a dodgy
That
satellite
sounds like probably
from
because
my dad done some illegal shit or something. But like, I swear, like there would be something on the screen. I'd be like, I don't think I should be watching this. The young innocent Jack.
in your house, it's like if you're stuck with Cartoon Network, even if you fall asleep, you'll still be Cartoon Network and like watching like
See
cartoons.
that didn't happen. I think we must have. There's like a memory, like a distant memory. I swear we had like a satellite on our balcony.
Unless your brother changed it or something.
If he did, he's a dickhead.
Just to fuck with you or something. Like, wake up and like, oh, it's just ass and tears in his face.
Yeah, that's how like innocent I am. I didn't even suspect my brother. It could have been.
They're older than you, man. It's always the oldest ones.
Yeah, I mean that's what I got told anyway about that sort of stuff, and that's what I would try and do anyway, with if I had kids and that.
Yeah, I'll do the same.
Do you think males or females are exposed to like sex at a younger age? Like which one?
Oh, see, I'm a bit thingy with this because I personally think it's female
Mm.
because like I like listened to other people's podcasts, and like majority of the female there is they said they get exposed from a very young age because they get sexualized
Mm.
by a family member or like a family member's friend.
Right.
So, so I'm like, what the fuck?
See,
You know,
I hear about that all the time. Like, so
yeah,
for instance, there was someone I saw recently, and they were talking about this like young kid. She was like 4 or 5 or something, and then like the first thing that came out of the friend's mouth was,
yeah,
"Oh, that she's so pretty, she's so beautiful," and all that stuff. Like it was instantly about looks.
yeah,
And I feel like if that was a boy, they wouldn't say that. Unless they would say handsome. But like most of the time they would just go, "Oh wow, look how big he's going," or something like that. For some reason when it's a girl, it's always about the looks.
yeah.
And I feel like that's what you're talking about, like, right? That's what you see a lot. Because I see that.
That and like
Not just girls. I mean I'm talking about like the fact that it's their appearance that's rated first.
yeah,
Yeah.
and like, I think, I think, yeah, I think girls do get exposed
I
to a
also
lot.
I also think it's like it's not a nice way to say it, but how quickly they develop. So
Mm,
like if a girl tends to develop faster than the rest of her class, it's like she is instantly sexualized by
yes,
people.
but other peers and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, not just like guys, but also like the girls of that group.
Mm.
Yeah.
But I think, yeah, I think girls. I think, in my opinion, it's females that get exposed to it a lot sooner, and then I
Mm.
think males do get exposed to that, but then we take it as a very fucking stupidly immature, stupid thing, like boobies or some shit.
Yeah,
Like, you know,
but
oh, I can
also
see that something.
also like when you get a little bit older,
Yeah,
guys tend to be like, oh, if you haven't had sex yet, then you know, you're a nerd or whatever. Like you're
yeah.
a
See,
geek and like nerdy person,
yeah.
a
So
loser.
this, yeah, this is the issue that I have with male alphaness or bravado, whatever the fuck
I
it is,
hate it.
right?
Yeah.
It's honestly the most toxic shit in the world
Yeah.
because, like, for some reason you're supposed to lose your virginity. It almost seems like the younger you are,
The better. Yeah.
yeah. And I'm like,
Yeah.
that's pretty fucked up because like
Mm.
I've because like then in my opinion is that they grow up to be like either like a piece of shit
Yeah, you
or
know,
they just
yeah.
don't want to be like or they don't want to be like involved in that situation.
Also, they don't really understand what they're doing. Like
Yeah,
when I've heard some people talk about like they lost their virginity at like 15, 14, I'm like, what the fuck?
yeah,
Like, that's
exactly.
so early. Like
Yeah,
I can't imagine it. I'm just like for me that it's too young in my opinion.
yeah,
I mean, even in
exactly.
the eyes of the Lord, it's too young. But like
Yeah,
it's I don't know. For me, I didn't even get into like a proper like relationship until I was like 20, 25, 26.
yeah, same here. Yeah,
Because I sat down at one point and it was just more like I want to work on me
yeah.
and like I want to make sure I'm okay before I even try and get involved with another person. That was just that was the decision I made,
Mm.
and I feel like if more people did that, they would be I don't know a lot less dickheads
Yeah,
like going around.
yeah, because like that's again, it's kind of similar to me where I lost my virginity at a pretty late stage of my life, but
Yeah,
I'm okay with it
yeah, yeah.
because I got to like sort of like you said, find yourself and find yourself who you are and stuff like that. Like, you know what I mean?
At the
Like,
time, though,
yeah,
it was something I wouldn't admit to somebody.
true,
Like
true,
if we were in a group of friends, like when we were like what 18, 19, and they were
yeah.
like, oh, have you like are you a virgin and all that stuff? You were like, yeah, no, man, no. Like you would just say
It's
that,
always
yeah.
peer pressure.
It's
And
always yeah, it's bad.
and it's pretty toxic when it comes to like, and again, we don't know if it's like if it's similar to like females, like you
Yeah,
know, but experiencing it from a male point of view is fucking toxic. Like even
mm.
like just like being around my old friends, like from like high school and stuff like that. It's just they were fucking toxic, man. If
Yeah,
you didn't lose your virginity or like by the time I don't know you leave school or something, you're considered as like a sort of like an outcast at the beginning,
yeah, yeah.
and it's just
Because
it's
when you're in school as well, like that is your whole world.
yeah
Like
exactly at that time,
yeah,
right?
like if you do not, I don't know, if you just don't talk about it, and you haven't like say you haven't lost your virginity. If no one ever admitted that. I've never heard a single person admit that at school.
Mm.
Like according to everyone, everyone at my school had lost their virginity by the time they'd left school, which is bullshit. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, if you was to take their word.
Yeah. I think for me, I was pretty honest about it.
Hmm.
Like I was just like, I don't care. Like I'm not
Yeah.
bothered by it.
To certain people, I was fine about it. Like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't go around like when the dickheads would come around and try and like the bullies and all that shit, and they would be like,
Yeah.
they would say, "Oh, was it?" There was something they used to say. It's like, "Are you a gangster or are you a player?" It's what they used to say
Yeah.
to you.
If
And
you're a
and whatever
gangster,
you
fucking-
picked, you would just get bullied. Like, it didn't matter. Like, and I was just like, I'm neither. Like, option 3, bitch.
I am a humble service.
But like, to my mates and that, I would gladly tell them like, nah. Like, I'm just waiting for the right person is what I would say.
Yeah, I think for me it's like, even though I've chased women, I
Yeah.
was never looking for the sexual side of it.
Nah.
I was more looking for like longing for like the company of the opposite sex.
That's something I learned like early, maybe around 15, that
Yeah.
not all men think the same way as I do. Where if you was to see a girl, I would just see a girl and go, oh, it's a girl, and then keep going, right? Or not even think about it. And then, but another guy, like when we were standing with a group of guys, oh wow, look at her ass, look at this, look at that, and I'm like, I was not even looking at that.
Yeah, no. For me, I'm similar, but for me, I didn't chase sexual part. I chased sort of like the company of like, again, like the girlfriend experience, that type of shit.
But that's what I'm saying. I think I learned to say that sort of stuff around guys.
Yeah.
Like, originally, I never thought that at all. And the more I hung out with the lads and all that shit, like, I would notice myself, like, I would look at the girl's ass, or I'd look at the stuff like that, and I would never do that before. But I only got taught to do that. I didn't do it instinctively.
Yeah. So it's almost like subliminal peer pressure.
Yeah, like if you didn't call something else, like didn't call a girl's ass out or anything like that, then you're just seen as and what they would call you gay is what they would call you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like,
it would happen all the time.
I don't understand that mentality. It's like, how the fuck does that make me gay? Like, I'm doing me.
Yeah.
Like,
no,
I'm not saying
I
there's
mean,
anything wrong with being gay. I'm just saying, I'm doing me. Let me, like, let me find myself instead of you finding myself for me. Like,
when we grew up, that was like the number one insult.
Yeah.
Of what people would say. They would say like, "Oh, you're gay. This is gay. This is that."
Or like the whole stupid like, "Oh, are you gay? Does your mom know you're gay?" That type of shit pisses me off.
I'm not gonna lie. That's the cleverest joke I usually ever heard, though. It was very good. I'm not gonna lie. It was toxic as fuck, but it was funny.
It was fucking it was just toxic because I was like, what?
There's no right answer.
Oh fuck it!
That's why I liked it. I was like, that's actually clever. Like, that's funny.
Yeah, it's just it's pretty fucked up. But yeah, no, like I think like now I think I would just. I just do me, I guess. Like, like I wouldn't care about it.
You know when they tell you when you're younger, and they go, "Oh, when you're older, you won't give a shit about what people think," and da-da-da. It's like, and we used to go, well, maybe. I feel like now I'm like, I literally don't give a fuck. Like, I care what people think about to a certain degree. I'm not like 40, but like, like now, but now I'm like, I don't give a shit if someone knows I didn't have a girlfriend or relationship until I was like 25 or whatever. I don't care. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Like, I think it's just, I think nowadays it's just we're getting to the point where like it's just we're just living instead of like being alive, basically.
See, we grew up in the tail end of like social media, like. And like where it started to pop off, and like luckily I never got like cyberbullied or anything like that. Like, I can't imagine how hard that is, because like with school and stuff, it used to be like if you got bullied or whatever, you would go to school, you'd get bullied there, you go home. That's it. At least you get away from it. Yeah. Like, cyberbullying is that you'll get bullied at school and then you go home and get bullied again. Like, it's horrible. I can't imagine how hard that must be for a person.
Yeah, I was fucking bullied, but at least I was like, they were man enough to like do it in front of me instead of being on the screen.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of like, but still,
that's how the bullying stopped for me, because I had a fight with them. Like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I did the same thing, like, and that's why they stopped. Whereas cyberbullying, there is no repercussion. It's constant.
Yeah, and it's not just like from that person. It's from their friend
Yeah.
from a different school that doesn't even know you.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's just like, what the fuck is this shit?
And oh god, one of the things I'm so happy about is there was not good cameras when I was young. Like the dumb shit that people did or I did or whatever. Oh, if that was on camera, and I could see that now, like at 4K, like I'd be like, nah, man.
And you know there's gonna be a genre on YouTube like people getting caught 4K. I think there's actually a subreddit for it as well.
Oh,
It's just fucking hilarious.
dude, I have like old videos of my mates doing some dumb shit, and it's really bad quality, but it's the funniest shit that I've ever seen. But they hate that video. Like I've got one friend in particular. If he's listening, he'll know what it is. But like, if that camera was any clearer, it would have been mad. Like, you know what I mean?
Don't worry, we can rescale it. So we can rescale it.
That sort of stuff like used to terrify me when I think about it now. Like I'm like, nah, that's hard. Because not only would it be you slipping, it would be people doing shit to you and then recording it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So imagine you could record something now with a really good camera on your iPhone. You go up and you slap someone around the face and then you just record it. Fuck that, man.
Shot on an iPhone.
Yeah, like I'm alright. Like
God, man, fucking,
I don't envy kids nowadays.
I'm grateful that we kind of like we just hit.
Yeah.
Actually, you know, we're like at least I think 10 years past, which is great.
Yeah.
Because now it's just like we don't give a shit.
Because there was no Instagram or anything like that. Like no TikTok. No shit.
No Facebook. I mean, there was Facebook.
There was Facebook. Yeah.
There wasn't as like.
There was Facebook and Twitter.
Facebook, MySpace, Bebo,
MySpace.
Tag, all this shit, man.
People had like BBM. I never had a BlackBerry, but.
I had a BBM.
Oh wait, no, I had a BlackBerry towards the end.
I had a BBM, but you know, like the free thing that you're supposed to get. I never had it. So I just had the actual BBM, but I never had like.
You did.
I never texted because I like. Because it was you have to use credit for it, right?
Yeah, unless they were on the BBM thing, then it was free. You could message another BB for free. That was why people kept like using it all the time. It was basically WhatsApp before WhatsApp was a thing.
Yeah. But
and do you remember having to pay for WhatsApp, by the way?
No.
You don't remember this? There was a time where WhatsApp had to be paid for.
No, I've always either texted or I've never properly. I actually maybe 2017 or 16. That's when I started using WhatsApp.
Oh shit!
So
well, I can find out the exact time because we had a group chat, so that's around the time you probably started using it.
Because I would always text.
Yeah, I remember you used to do that when we used to go like Comic-Con. You would text me, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, just WhatsApp me.
What's the credit?
yeah, exactly. Like, well, we're just out of time actually. But what the fuck was that with that mouse?
That was my cat getting her food.
But that was our special 69 episode. I don't know. We'll give what we talk about.
Mixture of everywhere.
Yeah, it was that shower thing, man. It threw me off. Like I was just so confused. But yeah, like let us know if you turn the shower on and off as you shower. I would love to fucking know because I don't think it's a thing.
It's fucking crown, apparently.
Fucking green rod over here trying to save the planet one step at a time.
Making a change, you're making a change.
But yeah, let us know what you think of it. Share with your friends if you think they would be interested, and we'll see you next time for 70.
Okay,
Yeah. Peace.